Hi, and thank you for watching TargetedWest.com. This is DJ Chris. Today is the 8th month, the 25th day, 2024. I'm here in my trusty camper here in Lodi, California. Of course, this show now is number 127. We're going to have an open mic tonight, so anybody can talk. We'll talk about the book club. We'll discuss relevant topics considering targeting, in regards to targeting, that is. So, does anybody want to take the mic? You can come on in. Again, our guest hasn't shown up yet. I'm not sure if Michelle G is available or not. Okay. We have a book in the book club, and our book club now is at 166 members. That book club gets updated every day. You can join for free at bookclubs.com/TIbookclub/join. That's going on right now, and we have a new book every week. Of course, you can email me with whatever books you'd like me to add, if it's relevant to targeting or health, well-being, mindfulness, self-awareness, stuff like that, self-help. That always helps people. Can't always be grinding your gears and going out and trying to solve this problem. Sometimes the warrior within has to have peace, and a peace within yourself, because when we have wars within ourselves, we tend to lash out and fight. So anyway, we'll play a quick commercial here and see if Michelle G's going to show up. If not, we have open mic. And play this one right now for my friend at TI Event.
Welcome to TIEvents.org, your official insider for the targeted individual community. As the go-to source for all TI events, we're here to keep you in the loop with the latest and greatest happenings. Discover daily conference calls, meetups, and exclusive events across the USA, all at your fingertips. Plus, planning a TI event? Advertise with us for free and connect directly with the TI community. TIEvents.org is not just a website. It's your gateway to a world of information, connection, and empowerment for TIs everywhere. TIEvents.org, your official insider. Dive in and discover today.
That's TIEvents.org. Check it out. Anyway, it's open mic tonight. What else do we have to talk about? Not much. I don't believe Michelle G's here. That was my guest tonight. So we'll just have an open mic. What else can I talk about? The Substack, Targeted West Substack account's doing well. There's an update every week if you want a newsletter, so you can keep up with me. It's substack.com @TargetedWest. Anyway, it's open mic. Come on in.
Good looking out.
Talking about shielding in the chat room right now. I'm using copper. Copper is always a good way to shield. It's not that inexpensive anymore, but it helps. So if you come to my call, if you're watching this on your favorite platform, Bitchute, YouTube, Spotify, listening, or at archive.org, or watching on X, or through World News, through the RSS feed, then come on over and check out the chat room. You can go in as anonymous. You don't have to go in your own name. You can be inconspicuous. Anthony, what's going on?
Oh, holy crap, I didn't know that my phone was not on mute. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry about that. I'm in the car right now, and I'm so sorry about that. Anyway,
no worries. It's all good. No worries at all. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I am here. I'm excited to hear your guest speak tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be open mic tonight. I didn't hear from her through the email, so I don't know if something must have happened to her, so we'll have to reschedule. But I'm sorry about that, but we'll have open mic, so of course you can talk if you like.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, did you, I saw something come through Substack or on one of the calls about how Tulsi Gabbard was being pulled in by Trump.
I didn't know that, but she just reported that they're still tracking her on her air flights.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting news. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if anyone else had seen that, but that was one thing I noticed. So, anyways, I'm going to mute now. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate everything you're doing.
No worries, Anthony. Glad you're here. It's open mic. Come on in.
Hey, you guys. Is this Targeted West moderator Chris?
This is TargetedWest moderator Chris. Yeah, come on in.
Thank you. I'm just getting everything turned on right now. If you don't care, give me a minute. I'm getting things situated. I appreciate it.
No worries. It's all good. Got a Huggy Bear in the chat room, Whitey. Got caller OO giving the news. Chat room's popping pretty well. We've got a good crowd already. Wow, the numbers are already high. Great. Hello. Oh, hi. Thank you. I can't read that well. Oh, it's Andrew from Kansas. I couldn't see that. Kansas part screw me. Hello, Andrew from Kansas. Jeez. Where's my brain at tonight?
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
It's going pretty good. I hope you're well. Thank you for giving me the props when you're on the other calls, mentioning my call. Thank you for that, your interview.
Yeah. No problem.
So Andrew gets V2K like I do, and we even have some of the same scripts, which is amazing. And he's all the way in Kansas, and I'm in California. So does that mean it's universal? I believe it is. Not all of it's universal, but just some parts of the V2K scripting is. Hello, Frank S. Welcome to the call. Finally cooled down here in Lodi. I didn't have to run the air conditioner, and I took the other one home. So I'm in my RV, so that's how I keep cool, is I have a roll-around air conditioner. Then I put it in storage during the winter. That's the thing you want. People want to live in an RV, but it's rough living when it gets really hot and gets really cold because these things aren't insulated that well. Not like a regular house or apartment or condo.
You have to get an insulated one then. Tell them that you have to get an insulated one. Not so they should live in an RV.
Yeah, the one I have is insulated. It still gets through, unfortunately.
How hot is it in California?
It may be insulated, but it's not. It doesn't have to be 4 seasons.
It's 83 right now.
Yeah, it got to be 93 in Missouri. Wow. And this happens to us every month. It can get really hot. The only place to hang out is where there's water.
Yeah, it's cooled down actually. It was really hot before, so it was really bad.
Well, the evenings here are cooling off, but 93. That's really, really hot. Is your trailer all aluminum, right?
No, my last trailer was all aluminum. It was an Airstream, yeah. Didn't help with the targeting at all.
Really? But how about
this one has aluminum ribs.
Aluminum what?
Ribs. The ribbing, the basic construction is all aluminum.
Okay. And so that works, huh?
Yeah, but no matter what RV or house I'm in, it always reduces the V2K when I go inside, but when I go outside, it gets louder.
That's interesting.
But it never goes away.
There is a company that makes steel buildings, and they're like tiny house steel buildings, and one's got a attached garage. I'd like to get it. And I have to deal with buying a little bit of earth, a little plot ground, and I'd like to put a steel building on. And I think that would help me a lot.
My mobile home in town is all aluminum outside and the roof. You can't even get a cell phone to work in there.
Really?
Yeah, because that's where I'm going to end up eventually. I'm just out here enjoying myself. I'm literally 9 exits from my house.
Uh-huh.
But I have a certain mother-in-law that lives there that makes it hard for you to stay there, so I stay away.
Yeah. Anyway, if anybody on this call has ever lived in a steel building, speak up, because I'm determined to try it.
How about a shipping container? Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, I've looked at a lot of shipping containers. There's a lot of people that have turned shipping containers into homes. But, there's always this guy that knows how to do everything, and I don't have that. I'm by my lonesome. So anyway, I'm going to get there.
Yeah, slow steps and steady. We'll get the race done, yes. Oh, Chris Brunson, according to the chat room, was going to start a TI farming community with shipping containers. And I've seen some pretty beautiful houses made out of shipping containers.
Uh-huh. Boy, I'd like to join that farming community. I don't know if anybody saw Kennedy Sr. speak. Last night I was kind of surfing around, and I found Kennedy Sr. coming out to speak to a huge audience. It was really exciting. And he's stepping down from running for the presidency to help Trump. And the crowd just went wild. And
well, we don't normally talk about politics in here, but I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I like JFK, or Bobby Jr.
I just thought that this man should be our president. This is who should be our prez. Oh, he was talking about going after big pharma and getting the chemicals out of our food. And I just told my
But you know we don't talk about politics, so do you have any targeting topics?
yeah, trying to live in a metal building. I'm pretty blasted. I'm still getting really blasted every night. My blocking just isn't sufficient. It helps, but you know, they think that they need to turn it up. There's, you know, this guy is like young, really psychotic, and he seems to just be spoiled rotten. And I'm looking to move, so I'm working on it. So I don't know. I'm debating between 3 different states, and I guess the place that I'm thinking the land would be more reasonably priced and the taxes would be lower is probably the place where I'm. So I'm hoping and praying and working on fixing up my condo here and renting it out. And I'm just, you know, I'll consider myself very lucky if I can pull that off. So
Well, it's open mic if you'd like to talk.
That sounds like AI to me. The creeper voice.
Do you think I'm AI?
Yep, you sound like AI.
I am AI. I am a robot. Hello, my name is George. I am a $20,000 computer from Kmart. Hello.
I'm AI. Never been called AI yet. Well, thank you for that compliment. That means I must be speaking clearly and professionally and making a point, and I'm clear and loud, so that's a good thing.
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah, come on in.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm in California, and
This is G?
Huh?
This is Michelle G?
No, Michelle R.
Oh, Michelle R. Oh, come on in, Michelle.
Yeah, I think I've talked to you before, DJ. No, I was just wondering. My targeting is really bad at this moment, and my V2K is literally 24 hours a day, and it asks me, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Or "What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking?" It's incessant, and I just wanted to know if anyone else is going through the same thing and what they do to. I mean, I ignore as much as I can, but I mean that's enough to. I mean, it's literally every second of the day and through the night.
Yeah, well, this is a V2K call originally, and I do have V2K, and I get that same stuff. Matter of fact, they were torturing me today, and they have the same script they've been saying for years, and and mine's turned into AI mostly. So if someone said I sounded like AI, that's probably a possibility because I'm inundated with AI in my head all day.
Yeah. So you, what is that? so you're saying it's mostly AI, most likely?
It is now, but originally it was a man and a woman starting out, and then it turned into live people, and now I get a live operator or agent every once in a while, or if something exciting happens, they'll pipe in.
How can you tell, DJ, if you know if it's live or not?
Because they use my name. The AI doesn't call me. Yeah, the AI doesn't call me by my name, but the dummies are looking at a screen because they go through all these accounts like a collection agency and try to bug you. And so they come up to Chris's, me, and they click onto it, and then they do their thing. So, yeah, they listen in the background but run AI, and then when they want to talk to me, they then use my name, and I can tell because they use a lot more words, and their words aren't as structured as the AI is. The AI is more robotic in sound and behavior.
Right. Okay. So
but not everybody gets the AI though. You could be getting all live action, so it varies on each person. But I do get the derogatory crap.
Oh yeah, I get called a fat bitch all day long. Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, that's what they call me.
Yeah.
Effing piece of. I can't say it all. It's rude to say it on the call, but yeah, they call me that all day.
Yeah. So what do you deal with when they're doing it incessantly? How do you deal with that?
Well, for some lucky reason, I have the ability to play music, but it has to be a certain type of music. And I am a DJ on the side as a hobby, so I make a mix of music every week and listen to it until I get tired of the records, and then I make a new one. And I just train on that. Yeah, it's dance music or house music because it has a constant beat and it doesn't they have a lull. You know how when there's a lull in something, they pipe up and say, "Yeah, ugly," or whatever. They're always waiting on you. That's
like when the ad comes on or something?
Oh, yeah. Do they make comments on what you're watching on TV?
Oh, yeah, and then they'll take the words of out of the song and say they're talking about you, and there's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, they do that with me too, and they do pedophilia talk, they do Law and Order talk, sex and death talk, you name it, they do it all, and they claim they're the Illuminati. Last night they told me they're the West Coast Illuminati, and I went, wow, I'm so glad to know that. So anybody could call themselves that. I don't know to believe it or not.
I don't believe anything they say.
I don't. You don't believe a thing they say. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, they run the whole pedophilia thing on me, all the time.
I have a couple of ideas to help stop the V2K, the constant V2K. I have a couple of ideas about it. I play reprogramming affirmations, and I play them on bone conduction headphones. And that works really good with stopping the V2K. They don't then talk to you constantly all the time.
Oh, okay.
That's an incredible idea. Thank you for mentioning that.
So, like, where do you get your affirmations?
On YouTube. So, reprogramming affirmations is what you search on YouTube. And there's lots and lots on there. You can choose whichever one you want, and then you might find there's ones in male voices or female voices. I think if you're a female, I think it's better to listen to female voice ones.
Right.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and that really just helps you to get you out of their negative loop that they try to get you constantly in saying all that negative stuff, and then you're just listening to all these positive affirmations all the time, and it's reprogramming. And I've actually now found this other one, which is called Heal My Body Affirmations as well, and that one works by binaural style. So when you have the headphones on, the voice goes from the left-hand side of the head to the right-hand side of the head, and then you hear it at the back of the head. So fantastic. That will really help.
If you can, you don't have to, but if you can you post the link in the chat, if possible?
I'm calling from a phone at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But I can have a look on my phone and just tell you exactly which one. But it's quite easy, just exactly what I said, just reprogramming affirmations or heal my body affirmations. Thanks, Chris, for saying that was a good idea.
No worries. Yeah, you can get bone resonance. You can get bone resonance headphones on Amazon or anywhere you buy electronics.
So, Chris, also one last question. Thank you for letting me talk.
No worries.
The whole pedophilia thing, they run that pretty much on everyone, don't they?
Yes, it's everyone, literally.
Yeah. Okay. So you just ignore them.
Yeah. They all do the same basic routines.
Yeah.
And then they try to shame you, and do they look through your eyes now and see and hear things too?
Probably, yeah.
They do that with me. They watch through my eyes and make comments when I'm not talking. And then they can read your sub-vocalizations before you speak, so they know what you're thinking. And
I get forced speech a lot, but they're making me get angry, like yell out.
I'm gonna cry. You get that too?
Yeah.
I swear, I know no wonder my neighbor didn't talk to me. Every morning when I own my house, I go out in the driveway and I pretend to be my father, screaming and yelling, and I had no control over it. And I had someone living with me, and I was still doing it. I had no control. Somehow I've gained control, but I don't know, or they stopped or something. I have forced speech.
Yeah.
Electronic Tourette's, yes.
Yes, and I know that's
to discredit you and get you in trouble.
Yeah. It's to say, oh, well, you're too loud. You're not allowed to be here. Yeah, it's just a bunch of lies.
Well, what was your first name, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you credit on the call when we put it on the internet. So how long have you been targeted so far? This time
I've
around?
been targeted since I was a child, but I've been targeted for decades, probably 30 years, and I've been aware of it for probably, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, it's 22 for me. I've been aware of, and my father's a Freemason, so and Freemasons were at my parents' wedding, so it's likely that I've been targeted since I was a child.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that either. You'd think you wouldn't be targeted if your dad was a Freemason.
You would think so, but I think that my dad was a low level, and he was sloppy and disheveled, and they probably picked on him, so they said, well, a better way to get even with him and pick on his son. My dad also had V2K, and so did my grandmother.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my family, I can't tell about it because they blame it on mental illness. But I think I started doing drugs at 30 years old. I don't anymore, and I'm 53 now. But I never had planned on I never seeked it out or anything, so I think I was kind of driven to that.
I had the same thing. I, in the 80s, tried amphetamines and stuff, and someone got me hooked on methamphetamine after 9/11, and that's when my targeting started, because I was up all night, and that's when they caught me.
Yeah, see, I remember talking to you. I'm from Saratoga. Do you remember talking to me?
I do. Now I remember talking to you, yes.
Yeah, because you're Los Gatos, right?
I'm from Santa Clara, actually. Yeah, my parents were on, the name of that car dealer, the Dodge dealer, Magnuson Loop in Los Gatos, but I grew up in Santa Clara. Actually, that's where we ended up.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a good night.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Michelle.
And God bless all of you.
God bless you, too. Thank you. We got a noisy board here. I'll click as many mutes as I can. Anyway, it's open mic. We had Michelle come by. Anybody else want to talk about your V2K experience as a specialist? We are the original V2K call. So they're saying Julian got out of the program by meditation. Who is Julian? I'd like to know them. That's pretty cool.
Hey, DJ.
Hey, Tori. How are you doing? You got any updates to share with us tonight?
Yeah, so it was 3:47 a.m. on Saturday morning, and I received a remote shock, and it was the level of pain. It was a significant shock, and I turned on my EMF detector, and the room was being just filled with microwaves. So this just verifies that this is really happening, and I can tell you one of the things that I use this for, like, so targeted individuals, we're definitely a testing ground. They're like, so if you're doubting that, please don't do that anymore. You're not a terrorist or a criminal. That's not what this is. It's definitely a testing ground. And there was a video released today on Twitter of a man who knows a gentleman. I think his rank is sergeant or general or something. But he said that if he is allowed to go into a skiff and talk about this, he will name the parties that are involved. I have that video, and I'll post it in the chat. But just understand that this is a testing ground so that they can use it to oppress people, maybe to stop you in the future. Because you got to understand, if they turn these weapons up, the impact is going to be much more severe. So imagine a new type of warfare on a citizen population. So in the future, when things start to go crazy, which they will, I'm big into Bible prophecy, you're going to see these weapons used even more. We already have examples of the Gulf War where they used it on terrorists to get them to drop their weapons. So this is not even it yet. It's coming, and we are just the testing ground for getting all the different components in place, the tracking, the ability to cause pain or other issues, the slander and defamation. That's just one thing that keeps us busy. But really, what they're doing is fine-tuning these weapon systems.
That's part of it.
I agree, Tori.
Yeah, the shock I received was quite painful, and like I said, this detector was going off the charts. So something definitely was pointed at our bedroom.
And you made a note of it in a diary or something, so you can keep a note on this for the future.
Yeah, because I do expect more of this.
Is this something new that's just happening to you now?
So I'm glad you asked that. So I've received different things at different times, and so again, it's an experiment. So one day you might get hit with V2K, another day you may get hit with being remotely shocked or some other, or maybe remote causing your muscles to pulse even if you're in a relaxed position. This is next generation warfare on a citizen population. But again, we're just the test subjects. They definitely will be using this on real threats, but we're just not that threat, and they knew we weren't. Myron May was just an unfortunate case because he broke under the pressure. But that's part of the game too, to see who they can get to break, see who they can get to maybe drop believing in Jesus, and anything like that. 100% warfare on the U.S. citizen.
And it's all over the world now. Other nations are fighting to have this political and social control system in place.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to be a weapons war with neuroweapons and other weaponized technologies that involve the brain.
Right. So although the wars are not really necessarily affecting us here as far as the physical impact, but don't take what's happening lightly, because it's just going to keep spiraling at this point. That's exactly what Bible prophecy said would happen, and that's what's happening now. They're surrounding Israel. The enemies of Israel are coming together as an Arab nation. We see the slow build-up to what's coming. And so America is not immune to what's coming. We're going to get drawn in, maybe nothing here at first, but we're going to get drawn in elsewhere. And then it's going to be used to justify more of these programs. allowing illegal immigrants in, and they're attacking people, stabbing people in Britain, in America, is just going to continue to spiral.
I agree, yeah. Well, let's see what happens. Thank you, Tori, for that. Tori has a website, TI Street, that you should check out. It's open mic, so if you'd like to comment or chime in with some updates or information you have, that'd be great. Well, we didn't have a guest tonight, so we're going to do the book club a little early. So, without further ado, look at that. Gave me an error. Guess we aren't having that tonight. Oh, that's okay. I don't need to play that. We'll have Tranquility play audio selection in a little bit. But other than that, it's open mic. Today's book club entry is The Way of the Warrior, An Ancient Path to Inner Peace. I gave it an 8. It was recommended by Tranquility and a couple other people for the book club. And you can go ahead and join the book club at any time by joining at bookclub.com/tibookclub.join. And you can join for free. We just had 2 new members join recently. But anyway, if Tranquility, if you're ready, you can go ahead and play your section. We're done with the book club. And you can go ahead and play your selection now if you'd like.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Week in TI Events. We have an extra special week ahead packed with exciting events in the TI community, including the long-awaited Colorado Rally. So let's dive right in. First up tonight, right after the Targeted West show, join Laura Ann's Voice the Heart conference call at 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's discussion will focus on the upcoming Colorado Rally, so be sure to tune in. Tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, attorney Anna Toledo of Targeted Justice will be on the Caravan to Midnight show, hosted by John D. Wells. He'll discuss the Targeted Justice Colorado Rally, which kicks off Wednesday, and give a sneak peek of a TI movie premiering at the rally. In just 3 days, the Targeted Action 2024 rally, hosted by Targeted Justice, kicks off in Colorado Springs. Running from August 28th to 30th, with over 200 attendees expected, this will be the largest TI awareness event ever organized. For registration and the itinerary, visit TargetedJustice.com. Still need a ride? Simply check out the rideshare board at tievents.org to help coordinate your travel. On Thursday, our community will be celebrating our 6th annual Targeted Individual Day. This day, founded in 2018 by fellow TI Lewis Rowe, has become a cornerstone of our community's efforts, and we are deeply grateful for his contribution. Also on Thursday, join us at 9 p.m. Eastern for the watch party of the largest TI awareness event ever organized. Stream live from the Targeted Action 2024 Dinner and Speakers Rally at the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in Colorado Springs. Hosted by TJ Volunteers, Melody, and myself, this event lets you be part of the rally from home, so don't miss out. On Friday, tune in to the Ice Boom Show hosted by Sandra Williams with special guest Scott Kramer, discussing crime victims compensation in Maryland. And on next Sunday, don't miss the show of the year on the Targeted West show featuring Jesse Beltran, RF implant expert. With the community buzzing about implants, this is your chance to get your questions answered. As we wrap up, I'd like to recommend some great reading materials. If you're a TI looking for an easy step-by-step guide to help you establish a support group in your local area, pick up TI Meetup Mastery, a complete guide written by yours truly. And if you're in the mood for something different, check out Silicon Valley by DJ Chris, now on Kindle Bella. It's a new series with short, engaging episodes. You can start reading by purchasing tokens, which lets you unlock each episode as you go. Finally, stay connected with DJ Chris by subscribing to his Substack at substack.com/@TargetedWest and follow him on Twitter at TIClub3 for the latest updates. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and a special thanks to DJ Chris for allowing me to share these announcements. Remember, to find more details on all of these events, visit tievents.org and sign up for email updates. Until next time, this is Tranquility signing off and sending you all waves of positivity. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Well, thank you, Tranquility, for that. That was pretty cool. It's open mic. Tranquility just did her weekly updates. Cool beans. And oh, look, Melody's here, but I know she's relaxing right now, so she's just chilling back listening. Anyway, it's open mic. Come on in, and happy birthday to B.
Hey, this is Andrew. Andrew from Kansas.
Hey, Andrew, how you doing? What's up? We got open mic right now in time if you want to talk, so bring it on.
Oh, yeah, I don't have anything too important to say. I just figured I might as well make a small contribution. I've been, the first time I noticed V2K was in 2014, and I'm sure I was targeted way before that. I've dealt with really bad gang stalking stories, and then I get 24/7 V2K. I also get like shocks to my legs and stuff. I do choose to try to be productive as I can. As far as I try to work when I can. And so I just want to say, if anybody's like new, this just started happening to them, or they're new in this. I just want to give some advice. I mean, I think the biggest thing, so I have some pretty aggressive gang stalking stories. I mean, I had like, what looked like to me criminal gangs following me around the country and threatening my life. And over 10 years of this happening to me, I've never had one of these gang stalkers touch me. So I'm not saying that they won't resort to that, but the biggest advice I can give to people with the gang stalking is do your best to try to ignore it. They really hate that too, because their whole job is to get a reaction out of you. And also, if you're getting 24/7 voice to skull, the more you ignore it, it's almost like feeding a bear. When you go camping, you don't want to feed a bear. I mean, why don't you want to feed a bear? Well, because you're gonna create a worse problem. So they usually, not all the time, will attach your brain to a chat bot, which, like Chris said, is most of the time derogatory. It always calls me a pedophile. It has several scripts that it uses. Occasionally, a real person will jump on. Nothing's intelligible. So I would recommend also try not to engage with the chatbot, because what I believe that it tries to conjure up a conversation out of you, if that's what they want to call it.
I believe.
And it's ingrained in your psyche. So the more you engage with it, the more you like try to converse with it or whatever, I think the worse it's going to get. That's been my experience. So
yeah, that's the way I get it too. I have rules I use for the chatbot AI, and they listen to me sometimes, so it works out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
which is odd.
Yeah.
This is Queen T.I. I do have a question to ask you guys.
Hey, Queen T.I., come on in.
Yes, I just wanted to know, with all this AI stuff going on, is it safe to continue using apps? I'm sorry, is it safe to continue using apps that has AI, or should we stop using those kind of apps?
You should continue using AI in your app. It's the weaponized AI that they're using against us, which is a military-level technology.
Okay. Thank you so much
AI
for that.
with apps and browsers is completely safe. It's just
You need to pick up.
an assistant. It's just an assistant.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I said the AI that's incorporated in apps and browsers are completely safe. They're just assistants.
Okay, that's understandable. Thank you so much, Tori.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's open mic. Come on in. The weather's warm. Got 15 more minutes of the recording left.
Hey, Chris, this is Mark Dawson.
Hey, how are you?
This is Mark Dawson. How are you? So I got a couple questions to ask. A few actually. Has anybody, been checked in an X-ray for any, implants, foreign objects? Has anybody, do you know anybody that went to check for these foreign objects through an X-ray or an MRI?
There's been a few people that went to John Kingston.
Yeah. So people receiving frequencies. Okay, so maybe I should ask this question first. Can you receive frequencies without being chipped, or?
Yes, yeah. I don't believe I'm chipped. It could be nano, or it could be just your brain entrainment directly.
Well, I'll say it this way. So microwave, microwave is a communication method. So, for example, you can send sound over laser if you direct a laser at someone too. So, not everyone has to have an RFID or nanoparticles, but I will say this: if you do have it, it's going to make it more accurate and more effective.
I heard. Okay, that makes sense. I heard that when people when they do have foreign objects in their body, that when they do get an X-ray, that it comes up, depending on how long it's been in your body, that it comes up white because calcium builds around it. You ever heard that?
Is Chris there?
Can somebody mute that person that's making the noise in the background?
Here we go.
Is Chris, DJ, Howard, Chris?
Oh, it's Marcus. How are you?
Hey, Chris, can I? Excuse me, everybody. I just wanted to finish up what I was talking about.
Yeah, sorry about the interruption. Keep going, sir.
Could you tell me a little bit about, I want some more research on it, about people being electronically raped by this technology. Do you know of people that's been electronically raped? Have you ever heard of it? Anybody?
I didn't hear the question.
Yes, I heard of it.
Can anybody tell me a little bit about it?
Baby girlie, come here.
I've heard of people being electronically raped by this technology.
I'm sorry. Who are you again? Who are you?
Yes, that happens to me, sir. They touch my testicles. Yes.
Do they do this to to kids too? Do they attack kids too with this type of technology in any way?
Yes, they do. I had a lady call that had 6 kids, and most of them were being targeted, and they're doing it sexually too with the children.
I've heard you ask these same questions in the same sequence, and you've got the answer, so I'm just kind of curious why you're asking them again.
He's the perp.
Like, this is common
He's
knowledge
the perp.
among TIs.
Okay. Because what I'm getting is research done on this, and more people know different answers, and it gives me more advice.
Okay, but you're asking the same questions, and the answer is yes. So.
Sure. Okay, well,
yeah, go ahead, do your thing. It's kind of strange.
Just sit there. Just please, just listen. I'm gonna try to hurry up. Okay. Okay. Chris, when you say that you're not chipped, and you're receiving these EMF frequencies, have you gotten a test done anywhere? Have you been checked for frequencies?
No, and I don't believe in it.
Okay. So I went. Okay. Okay. That's all I got for right now. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for that. It's open mic. Come on in. There are people that have implants that should be checked and tested, but I don't believe in my case I need them. So if I say I don't believe in it, it means I don't believe in it in my case, but I believe it in other people's cases, of course.
Right. I understand.
It's open mic. Come on in. The weather is nice. We've got 8 minutes left of the recording, so you'll be on Bitchute and YouTube.
Hey, Chris, I'll post that video in the chat.
Very good. Thank you.
One I mentioned earlier.
And back to Andrew. Andrew's been interviewed here twice, and is a great interviewee. If you want to hear his story, go to my archive at archive.org, TI TargetedWest, and or go to YouTube, and he's there, or Bitchute.
Sorry. I like the fact that Andrew mentioned he's received remote shocks as well. When I worked for the New Jersey government, there was a gentleman I met who was experiencing it. I wasn't experiencing the shocking back then, or at least I wasn't aware of it. Maybe it was on a lower level, but this guy was always complaining of it. And I went over to his apartment one day to help him move, but he showed me one of his couches. He had totally cut his couch up, and I guess he didn't understand at the time that this is being done remotely. So he was like tearing his apartment up looking for something. But that's not how that's not what it is. And I saw a video a couple years ago. A guy was complaining of, being shocked, and he had an electrical or countermeasure specialist come to his home along with a journalist. They scanned his entire apartment, and he had them do all the other rooms first. Then they went to his bedroom, and then that's when the detector went off the charts. So something is being done to us remotely. We have our cell phone tower networks. Some people are implanted, some people have nanoparticles. Yeah. Okay.
A little interference there. But, well, thank you, Tori. Yeah, I get the shocks in my foot, plus the V2K.
Gotcha.
My left foot is specifically.
Yeah, it's my left leg. They've been hitting over years. It's just sporadic over time. And
do you know why they hit your left? That your left leg is the meridian of energy that flows down to the ground from your heart. That's why they're hitting your left leg and foot.
Mm.
You go research that, and you'll be surprised. But that's what they're doing. They're trying to take your life energy away from you.
Yeah.
I know.
But we're not going to allow that to happen, are we?
I hope not.
No. I know some of the biggest, I guess, if you want to call them mistakes, especially when this was happening to me early on, is, and they will, don't get me wrong, especially early on in my targeting. I don't speak what happens to me. I know everybody's story is different, but I have noticed a commonality, I guess. Like me and Chris's V2K is kind of similar, and a lot of other people's V2K is similar. But especially early on in my target, they will like move people in next to you.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. So that does happen. And they will get some of your neighbors to participate on the gang stalking, but most of the time, what they want you to do is believe like it's your, especially if you're using drugs, which has been my history. I'm not on them right now, and I don't advocate doing them. And I would strongly suggest if you are a TI, you are using drugs, to try to find a way to stop it. Because it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. But I think what they want you to do, they want you to believe that it's your, I call it directional V2K. That's what I call it. They'll make it sound like it's like one time they made it sound like there was somebody upstairs with a chainsaw. They've done all kinds of stuff. They acted like it was my landlord upstairs, like trying to do this, or and I think the reason they'll do this is because they want you to act out. They want you to go knock on the upstairs neighbor's door or the next door neighbor's door and get in a fight with them. Or
that's correct. That's exactly why they're doing it.
Yeah, and so my rule is, and I still hear directional. I hear people call my name hey, and they'll say cuss words like cross the park. If somebody doesn't have the integrity to come up to my face and I hear something, like somebody say something from afar, then I'm not going to pay it any mind. That's my rule. Chris was talking about having rules, but that's one of mine with the V2Ks. If somebody
you want to see them directly in your face saying that, right? I know. See their mouth move, and you don't see it, you just ignore it.
Yeah, and something else I've noticed, if you're suffering from V2K, the frequency rides off noises. So, like, for instance, if you're standing next to your refrigerator or your air conditioner or a fan, or if there's a car that drives by, like, I've noticed the frequency rides off the sound of the wheels.
That's what mine does. Well, that's because they're incomplete signals that use a vortex and basically use any moving device as an amplifier, and they do that with my air conditioner and my fans, and some of them it works on and some of it doesn't, and they've told me they tune into these things and it increases the volume, and it has to do with physics, quantum physics, and how the energy flows into your area.
Yeah, so
does anybody Oh, sorry. Do you know what they consider drugs? Like, what are you considering drugs? Is there a list that we're supposed to have?
I would recommend, although I do fall back into drinking, that's my issue, because sometimes I feel like drinking to excess is, so I'm not, saying I'm, the example of sobriety all the time, but, I would recommend not doing any drugs. Some people do get find comfort with marijuana. To me, it has an opposite effect. So I would say whatever works for you.
Caffeine drugs?
Yeah, I use marijuana and caffeine, and that's it.
Yeah, I do a lot of caffeine, but I would if you're doing hard drugs, like especially, methamphetamine or cocaine, any stimulant, because anything that's going to affect your central nervous system, from my experience, I'm talking about, it like magnifies. It's something like.
Oh, I know. I had a relapse, and the voices were terrible when I was tweaking. Anyway, thank you. Hold on a moment, Andrew. Hold your thoughts. Thank you for watching this video on your favorite platform. This is DJ Chris. If you have any questions, email me at djchris@targetedwest.com. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe this video and share your comments with me. Thank you very much. The recording is now ending and open mic is starting.